them too early?
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a play. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
The drive by Wembanyama.
Oh, Victor Wembanyama, a thunderous finish there.
Here's Fox. And there's the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Spurs lead by 6. To the inside. And the basket by Vassell. 13 points for Devin Vassell.
Now, not shy about bringing it inside. Vassell is comfortable around the hoop.
And they pick up 2.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
You know what to do.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
Well, as a coach, you want to cover just 1 or 2 major points. That way guys can absorb it and go out and execute.
Spurs trail by 6. Here's Castle. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Over to the left wing. Pass to Bassie. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
De'Aaron Fox. 1 shot.
And no good on the technical, so unable to pick that one up.
And I really love Fox's game. He's got a ton of room to grow, but boy, does he play with intensity.
Here's Bassie. Good defense by Wembanyama.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Yeah, that's the kind of aggressive defense you always want to see on the interior.
And it's Barnes with the ball for San Antonio.
Yeah, Fox has got great leaping ability, and he likes to get up off the ground there for the flush.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Victor Wembanyama really making a difference here.
Well, now the question is, how do you scheme this guy? Try to take the ball out of his hands? Bring a second defender? I'm curious to see what they do.
inside. Barnes
Harrison Barnes.
takes it off the glass. Barnes has got 5 points so far.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range. And the incredible reach of Wembanyama helping him knock away that one.
The wide open look here for Fox. And he gets it to go from the corner.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Pass to Biyombo. Now here's Barnes. The Spurs working the ball around now. To the left wing. Shoots it. They get it back. And that one's good. Bassey.
Charles Bassey.
Bassey's got the lead up to 12 now for San Antonio.
He's not looking at the score. He's staying focused, and he's staying active.
Well, you have to play like it's a tight game. You cannot let up in this league.
Fox. A second chance effort. For 3. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals. 5 for 8 in the game.
And that quick shot by Fox is something you know he has worked on religiously. Nice finish.
To the paint. Pass to Bassey. Back to Wembanyama. Tries again. To the inside. Here's Fox. The shot. No good. Good defense by Wembanyama. Spurs trail by 15. And the dunk by Barnes.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
San Antonio.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line from 1. And to look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Spurs.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
And also, got to be impressed with their interior play, getting in the paint and figuring out ways to score.
Free throw good, Fox. 52 seconds left to play in the third. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
I like seeing Johnson getting after it, taking on all comers and drawing the whistle.
At the line for your
And that one falls for Johnson.
Keldon Johnson. 2 shots.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Spurs leading by 14.
Charging foul.
And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Here's Paul. Driving to the basket. And that one's good. Champagnie.
That's a routine play for Paul. He's not going to miss the open man.
Fox deciding where to go with it. Pass to Bassey. And here is Fox. Offline with his 3. Shoots. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
De'Aaron Fox, and that's good. Fox has got 17 points here in the second half. Barnes outside. Gets it off. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's San Antonio. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Spurs trail by 13. Here's Champagnie.
Substitution for your Spurs. Wembanyama. Castle.
Here's Castle. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And that's how you finish with authority. Show them how it's done, young fella. Stephon Castle is a problem.
Got a piece of it. Inside. Rebound, San Antonio. Pass to Biyombo. Back to Barnes. To the right side. Back to Fox. Barnes outside.
3 seconds.
Spurs working the ball around now.
San Antonio.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And the technical free throw is
Substitution
good.
for your Spurs. Devin Vassell. De'Aaron Fox.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Wembanyama, that's for two. It's good. Wembanyama's got 28.
Out of bounds.
Man, just adding insult
Antonio
to
Ball.
injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
And it's Fox with the jam.
From Devin Vassell.
And you know Vassell at the defensive end, always a threat to pick your pocket.
And they're on the break. Here's Castle. Here's Vassell. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Pass to Vassell. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. Spurs leading by 10. And Fox gets it to go. 20 points for him.
Yeah, when Fox gets into a rhythm, he is tough. Having himself a night.
Wembanyama.
All right, Stan, let's put that coaching hat back on you. How in the world would you game plan for a player like Victor Wembanyama?
Well, that's a great question, Kevin, and there are no great answers because he's so good. I think when you're guarding him, you want to be as physical as you can and keep him as far away from the basket as possible to negate his length. Defensively, or when you're on offense, his defense, I think you want to use his instincts to block shots against him, take the ball at him, draw him, and get the ball to open people.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, but if it were that good, it would work more often against the guy that good.
Third personal foul. First team.
And we talk about Fox's speed, but he also has length. He's a factor there in the paint.
Fox. 2 shots.
Both good from the line that time. Spurs trail by 10. Here's Wembanyama. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on. And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
Well, as a coach, you
Mike, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team. Now, his tone was pretty serious. He said, you guys need to prove you're in this. No one else can do it for you. Time to pour on the gas. Let's see if that fire gets lit, guys.
Thank you, David. Now here's Barnes, following the missed shot by De'Aaron Fox. Pass to Wembanyama. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Here's Fox. And Wembanyama throws it down.
You have to be aware of Wembanyama on the boards. Really keep a body on him.
Here's Barnes. And Fox has it in the corner. Back to Barnes. Chalk up two there.
Well, he knew he had the size advantage to dominate the defense there. Go right at him.
Arriving for your Spurs, Harrison Barnes.
That's good from Barnes. Spurs trail by 11. Puts it up off the inbound. And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Outside Fox. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Fox has got 7 now in this quarter.
And that's where De'Aaron Fox thrives. He wants to get inside and finish at the rim.
And the foul called on Victor Wembanyama. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. 1:25 left in the fourth quarter. And the shot goes in.
And he gives up pounds to a lot of guys defending him, but that has never kept Fox from being in attack mode.
Pass to Barnes. Clock at 6. Fires for 3. Wembanyama with the rebound.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for San Antonio.
This is a game where defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Victor Wembanyama.
Well, he was all about the rim protection in this one. His defensive presence was felt from the get-go.
And this coaching staff would love to see more of that. Vassell taking it to the rim.
Here's Barnes. Biyombo with the block. Wembanyama, that's for 2. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Substitution on the court.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Timeout.
They're down by 7. 12 seconds left in the fourth. What do you think, guys?
Licking their wounds. It hasn't come together for them tonight.
But they're not going down without a fight. They'll keep game planning and playing until the final whistle.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Wembanyama. To the wing on the left. To the middle. Pass to Paul. Back to Zohan. Count it!
Coach loves seeing chances from that range. Work that inside area.
And so it's San Antonio with the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to
folks, that's going to do it for now. So